Alright, y'all. I'm gonna make this intro as short as possible because I hate makeup tutorials where people just talk for 5 minutes before starting. Oh, I can't even believe I'm doing a makeup tutorial. I hate it so much. I hate this so much. I hate it so much. Doesn't matter. But I figure I'm doing my makeup anyways. Maybe I can at least make some money off of doing my makeup. So let's try out making a video about it and maybe teaching some people some shit. So here we go. Today I'm going to be doing Beyonce inspired Homecoming Netflix special makeup. So really natural. So I'm just going to be doing a lot of my favorite products for brown girls and showing you what I like and shit. It's just going to be a real natural look. It doesn't even have to really do with Beyonce. I'm just doing my own face very naturally for afterwards, the homecoming thing. So let's do this. That was the worst little move, by the way. I hated that. I'm never doing that again. Okay. First of all, I'll start with the primer. Always start with the primer. This one I'm using is Laura Mercier. It is the oil-free foundation primer, and it's real good. It's the good stuff right here. So just put some on my hand. Some people don't put it on their hands. They use fancy makeup brushes, but you know what? I'm not that fancy, so we're just gonna use my hands. I'm just gonna put it. I don't need to tell you how to do this. You can do this. You don't need a makeup tutorial for this part. All over my face. And since this is the first time I've done a makeup tutorial, I haven't thought this through about how I'm gonna wash it. So I'll be right back. So this is literally the problem with never having made a video like this before, is that I just explained how I did all the base of my foundation, but forgot to press the record button. So I gotta take it all off now. And we're gonna start over for round 2. This is why I knew I was gonna hate this, because normally I can just go straight to my makeup look, take my fun pictures, act like I'm the queen bee, and not have to worry about if I make a mistake, or if I skip a step, or if I don't explain it, or if my camera doesn't work. So I figure it out as I go, and you all don't need to see the behind the scenes stuff, but it just happened. So we're gonna go with round 2. So I got my face primed. The Laura Mercier looks good, and now I'm going to be using the only product that I haven't used before, which is the Dragon Beauty Nikita Dragon, what does she call it? Dragon Fire Skin Perfecting Potion. And I have never used this before, but I'm very excited to support my girl, so we're going to try it, and hopefully it works because I'm only doing this once. What this is used for is supposed to be for like dark circles under your eyes or around your mouth, and it's supposed to color correct those specific areas so that it looks a lot brighter and more youthful and beautiful. I apologize ahead of time for whatever personality comes out on camera, because I cannot make promises that I am like this in real life. It's weird having it be recorded, so we're just going along. So now I use my beauty blender, which if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend it because it's real good. Take it, get a little bit wet. I just get my hand wet normally and I just kind of dab it, and then you just kind of dab it on your face. Again, I've never used this specific product before, but I'm assuming it's just like blending foundation on your face, but with this color corrector, which looks real crazy right now. I'm hoping that the crazier it looks right now is the better it means it'll look under my foundation. So we'll see. We'll see if that's the truth. Because right now it's giving me some real MCR vibes. And that's fun. I like that too, because we're into that around here. I think I got way too much around my nose, but whatever. We're going with it. Now I'm going to use Tarte's foundation, which is my absolute foundation. I literally spent so long in Ulta. Before too. We go to whichever place has the best deal at the moment. And I tried out every foundation in the store, from the crazy expensive ones to the real cheap ones. And I was just looking for the one that matched my skin tone the best. And I found that it was Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. A bit of sunscreen, that's always good too, in the color of Tan Sand. And so even though this works for me as a brown girl, which is super important because we don't always have the best foundation picks, I guess is what I would say. but that one was the best for me. So I really highly recommend that if you're gonna invest in a foundation that you want to keep, go around the store, figure out which one is best for you, but that one was great for me. So if you're close to my skin tone, please go and grab that one. Foundation. I use a brush. Some people just go straight for the beauty blender, but I like to, I don't know, for some reason that's weird for me. I do it afterwards. I put a little bit on my hand. Back of the hand is kind of where most makeup people, this is like your palette, if I can call it that, which I won't. So this orange looks real crazy right now, but we going with it. We trust in our girl. So a little trick that I do specifically is I actually go a little bit on my eyelid just to kind of make sure that all my skin tone is even. I don't think anyone else does that, but that's okay. I'm not everyone else. The best thing you're going to find about any makeup tutorial is to pick what you like, try it on your own face, see if it works for your own face, because everyone's shape is different, everyone's color is different. Find out what you like. Everyone's aesthetic is different. So even though it may work for your face, you may not like that style of makeup. So do what's best for you. And I like to get it on my eyelid, just so I'm fully kind of even though I'm going to put primer on it later. I do a little bit on my ears, a little bit down the neck so you don't get that line right there, and we're looking good. And now I go back in with the beauty blender and just dab it all over my face just to get it really fully blended. So actually I really liked the skin perfecting potion. I can instantly see my under eyes looking a little bit brighter, and I haven't even put concealer under there yet. So I'm a fan. I think I used too much outwards where I think I only needed right under the eyes, but it's doing its job. I'm real happy with that. We're gonna try this again in another tutorial, and I'll give you more of a verdict after I get to play with it more, but that was my first round. Now I'm going to use an actual concealer under my eyes, and right now I'm using Rimmel London Stay Matte, and I like this a lot because it's real cheap, but it works really well. This is in the color, is it 360 Bronze? Anyways, concealer. It's real good for the highlights on your face. If you don't know where the highlights on your face are, I recommend going to Google and finding that out, because each, again, face shape is different. There's kind of a general area where the highlights are. Look in a mirror with a bright light on you and you can see where the highlights are. It kind of goes, I'll just show you, under your eyes, on the bridge of your nose, on your top lip, on the top part of your chin, and right in the middle of your forehead, which I've got this fun scar up there, so it kind of tricks you into thinking it's a low light sometimes, but it's cool. We go with it. And even sometimes I do right underneath my cheekbone, just a little bit, a little pop, 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 and go back in with the beauty blender and just blend it all in. Beauty blender is the magic tool for all of this. I feel like I'm being extra aggressive with it right now, because as I look back on these videos and see how I'm talking, it just looks real like pokey. I swear I'm not that angry, I'm just nervous. Take your time with this. No rush. Unless you are in a rush, then hurry it up. Why are you watching this? Again, I just want to reiterate that makeup should be for fun. It should be enhancing your inner beauty rather than trying to hide things, because sometimes the beauty industry can make us feel less than perfect. And you are perfect, just the way you are. Just want to say that real quick. Promise I won't be like that the whole time. Just real quick. And this is going to be for the low lights, the shadows on my face. And it's the same brand, same Rimmel London Stay Matte. It's just darker. It's in 621 Espresso. This is real good. I like this a lot. And so I've been doing this a while. I think I do concealer in different places than some makeup artists do. Again, just do what works for your face. But what I like on my face is right down where you can naturally see my cheekbone and on around my forehead. And that kind of looks crazy right now, but I swear it works. You just gotta blend. The key is to blend down the other side, a little bit under my chin. And the tricky part is the nose. Some people really like to contour their nose, and they can do it great. I can't. I really like my nose. It's kind of big, but I like it. So I kind of go with the natural pattern of what I already have rather than trying to make it smaller. So we're just going to go like that real quick. And doesn't this look beautiful? Doesn't this what you want to pick up on your date? Because this is what we give you. This is really what we go through. And to be honest, I feel like this is the least confident I've ever felt doing my makeup, just because I'm filming it, which is weird because makeup is one of those things that I don't not feel confident on. I've always just had fun with it and never felt very much pressure about it. So doing it on video is a whole other game changer right now. I feel like there's so many makeup tutorials, makeup people, makeup artists, famous millionaires, essentially. I'm not trying to be that. I'm just trying to be Elisa that likes to do her makeup for fun. It's actually very meditative. I think that that's why I also don't, can you see a difference already? Can you see a difference from before and after? Maybe I'll do a little side by side, back and forth, before, after, before, after. I forgot where I was at. I forgot what I was talking about. Something about how I've always had fun with it. It's just, oh, it's meditative. So actually that's why I dislike doing makeup so often, is because I do have to really sit with myself, dedicate some time to it, get the process started, and getting to start that process is difficult for me. I would much rather be reading a book, getting my laundry done, watching such and such movie, like I'll literally try to throw anything else in before I get my makeup done. Which is dumb, because makeup I think is a great way for me to sit with myself and just kind of ponder on things. I like to really meditate. I can kind of let go and just do the makeup look. I've kind of done makeup so often that I don't really need to think about what I'm doing anymore. I just kind of get lost in my own thoughts and process it. So that meditative part is very fun for me, and I think not even fun, it's just very therapeutic. And to do self-care rather than putting others before yourself is still a difficult task, so we're working on it. Anyways, so now we got a little contour, we got a little highlight, we're looking good. What's the next step, you might say? Well, I don't know, because I don't have those products in front of me, so give me a sec. We're doing pretty good on the foundation part. We're about halfway through. Maybe a little bit more than halfway. Next is Tarte. It's a bronzer in Park Avenue Princess is what it's called. As you can see, I absolutely love it because it's down to the pan already. But I've had it a long time and it's lasted quite a while. I use an angled brush. I might go into brushes in another video because there's just a lot of information about brushes. Grab any brush, just make it work for your face. You'll be fine. Right now it's just a lot of practicing if you're starting out, but I kind of just go over those same areas that I did the contour in, but just with a little bit of this bronzer, because I really like the way it looks when you have both. Ooh, yes girl, yes queen. These again are my favorite products that I kind of just always gravitate towards because I can't get rid of using them because they're just so damn good. Although this is very weird, I'm not normally in this specific place. I don't normally film, so I do my makeup elsewhere. So it's kind of awkward having to grab everything that's not in its usual spot and having to make this work, but it's okay. It is always okay. And again, on the bottoms of my cheekbones. Ooh, yes. A little bit right there. A little bit over there. Kind of blend that in. Underneath. Oh, yes. Right there. And on the sides of my nose. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Yes, that's how excited I get every time. Now we're gonna do some baking. For the baking game, I'm using Tarte again. I guess I just really love Tarte. In Smooth Operator, and it's a translucent white kind of powder. If you can see that. And I've got the back of my hand wet, and I'm just gonna get the Beauty Blender wet so I can dip it in here and get it attached to the Beauty Blender, and then grab my mirror, which again, everything is out of its normal place, so please be patient. And I'm going to put it in kind of the highlighted areas that we did earlier, and this is called baking because you put it on those specific spots. Oops, I didn't get as much as I would normally want. And then you just let it sit to bake. I don't know who came up with this term. I don't know if I like it, but it's what we're doing. And we're playing along. So you can do it kind of anywhere you want, really. Anywhere that's kind of is a highlighted area. I'm doing it specifically under my cheekbones and under my eyes. Maybe a little bit on my nose. We're just gonna let it sit there while I work on my eyelids. Let it bake into the skin. Shake and bake, baby. And for doing your eyelids, I always recommend doing a primer because if you don't use a primer, it's gonna start moving throughout the night, throughout the day, get in those little creases and just kind of stay there and not look as good. But if you use a primer, you can put your eyeshadow on top of the primer and it will stick exactly where you place it. And that's what we want. So, put this primer on and go back over with my finger just to kind of blend it in all over. Oh, and we're primed. Amazon primed. Optimus primed. I'm such an idiot. Oh god, oh god. Again, I don't know how some makeup people do any of their makeup without their fingers. They use brushes for everything. I'm not one of those people. I think my finger is just as much of a useful tool as any brush can be. Maybe it's because I'm cheap and I couldn't always afford makeup brushes, but I don't care. That's how I grew up. That's how I'll probably always be. For the eyeshadows I'm going to be using today, it's from Trend Beauty in Soft Nude. If I knew how to zoom in, I'd be doing that on my brows right now while saying soft nude very slowly. Soft nude. And it's just a really nice kind of nude colored palette. I'm kind of glad I'm doing this tutorial in sections and then I actually do have everything misplaced because I'm able to go back in between takes and kind of look at what's going on, and I feel like I need to be a little bit closer to the camera. I've been kind of this far away. You can see what I'm doing, but it's a little bit better when I get closer just so you can see the extra bits. Let's try it. Let's see if this works. When I told you not to worry about what kind of brushes to get, it's because there's so damn many. There's just so many. God damn it, Barbara. I don't know, Janine. I don't know. But I figure if you have my favorites, which are at least one flat brush, let's use, okay, we're just going to use these two flat brushes. And one's a little bit smaller, but they're both flat. If you have at least one flat brush and one kind of blending crease brush, I think you're going to be fine. So we're just going to use those two today and make it work. I'll show you all these other fun stuff that you can do with all these other brushes another day, because the possibilities are endless. Sorry, I said I would be closer. I'm just gonna try with those two because this is supposed to be a real basic, natural look makeup tutorial, and we'll try it out. About to be loud. Ooh, those are all my brushes falling into the brush pit. So with the flat brushes, I'm going to, what color do I want to use? None of these colors are labeled, which is very interesting because usually they are just for tutorials like this. Makes it very helpful, but not this palette. That's okay. Soft nude. I'm going to start with this second color here, and I'm going to use it as an overall lid color. And again, I like the flat ones for an overall lid color because it just packs right on the top there. Oh, yes, please. And just packs right on top. So with doing eyeshadow, everyone's eyelids are different. I know I'll keep saying you guys are different over and over because you each are individually unique, and it's true. But it's especially true with eyes because I tried to do eyeshadows based off of what another makeup tutorial was a long time ago, and it never worked for my eyes, and I couldn't quite understand. But with my eyes specifically, there's one kind of normal crease on one of my eyes, but the other one has like two folds. I know that's very weird and specific, but it's true, which doesn't make the shadow part of doing my eyelid as easy as some other people who do makeup all the time. So I had to learn to just do it for my own eyes, but you can kind of get the basics down from any makeup artist and modify it to your own needs. Ooh, we's is shiny. Ooh, we's is sparkling. Ooh, we's is clean and good. Again, I don't know why I'm like this on video. Can you see that? Yeah, we good. Real good. Now, what color do I want to use? Well, we're going to do the shadowy part. Smoky eye shadow. Not really, we're not doing a smoky eye, but I'm going to use this brown on the bottom here, mixed with just a little bit of this color here, because I want it to be very natural. So we'll do this brown, mixed with a little bit of that fun color, and then blow it off, because there's a lot of fallout that can happen. I don't know, luckily, if you do the baking, it'll fall right on, but I don't always do the baking, because if I'm in a hurry, I don't got time to bake. I don't normally talk like this. I don't want to do the baking, so it just kind of falls down, and preventing that fallout, if you just do a little, maybe a little bit tap, 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 you'll be good. And I start from the outer corner and kind of open my eyes to see where my natural crease is and go right above that. Ooh. And then follow inwards about halfway, and then as you blend it'll kind of go a little bit more. I know eyeshadow is tricky. This one you just need to play around with and learn what is fun for you. Keep doing it. I promise you, you keep doing it, you're going to learn more as you do it. Whether it's by choice or not, you're going to figure it out. And be like, oh, that looked like crap. Oh, that looks gorgeous. And you'll know what to do next time. And then I go a little bit more in, about 3/4. That looks pretty good. I'm kind of good to that. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Tap, tap. And start from the outside, because that's also where most of the color is packed. So if you get it on that outside crease, you kind of don't care, rather than if you start it on the inside, all that color is going to be packed on the inside, and that's where you want it to be a little bit more naturally blended in. So that's a beauty makeup trick. I hope I'm talking loud enough for the camera, because otherwise I'm gonna have to play with the volume later, and I feel like I'm almost whispering, so my apologies. And again, I swear I do a better job at blending when I'm at my natural setup, but this is not my normal setup, so I'm kind of improvising, but I love improv, so say yes and to everything. That's only a joke an improv nerd would get. I'm going to do a little bit more color on this side because I don't feel they're quite as even, although they're both looking pretty good. Again, I feel I'm extra aggressive today. I feel like I'm just extra critical. You know what, Elisa? You're amazing. Take a step back. Tell yourself, you are good. You've been doing this for a long time. You are just perfect just the way you are. Yes, Elisa, I hear you. Thank you, Elisa. This tutorial may never air because I'm that embarrassed of it. And that's good. That's a little bit, not as natural as I wanted it. It's definitely more, theatrical. but it's okay. It's still a natural-ish color, which is what I wanted, but we'll get into that another time. Now we're gonna go back in with our flat brush, and we're gonna do these parts right here with a highlight. So I'm gonna use this white color here. You see that little corner one? Dab it just a little bit, and then go over right under the brow. Do a little highlight. Ooh, ooh, that is good. Oh, can you see a difference between those two? Maybe, maybe not. That's okay. This is mostly for me, not for you. My eyebrows have been a little bit crazy lately. I'm not sure if you can see, there's some like, first of all, I have curly hair, so like just kind of grows in however it wants to, but then I sleep on my face, which makes them wake up all hecka crazy. I'm not sure if anyone else gets that, but I do significantly, and my brows have not been very happy with me the past couple days that I've been sleeping on my face. Then I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to go right on the inner corner of my eye. It doesn't look so good right now with the baking powder, but we're about to take that off. And oh, pat black and drop it. I didn't know my brain had any of these thoughts. Now, I'm going to take off the baking powder. My camera's about to die, so let's hope I can do the rest of this tutorial very quickly. I'm going to brush off the baking powder just very lightly because I still want it to kind of remain, but just very loosely. Oh, my skin looks photo face-tuned finish, you know what I'm saying? Yes, please. Okay, I lied. One more brush. I kind of have a small round for under eye brush. That way we can do those same colors, the one we use on overall lid. We're going to do just right under the very inner corner to about midway down our eye. Same thing on the other side. I hope any of this makes sense to you. It's very weird trying to translate it out loud. Yes, please. And then the same other brown colors we're going to do on the outside corner. That way it kind of blends with our smoky crease on top. I hope you can see this. Gosh, this is so much harder than I thought it would be. My respect to the YouTuber makeup artists out there. Not that I didn't think it was easy. I know it's time consuming. I know it's a full-time job. That's why I don't do it very often, is because makeup takes so damn long. I'm like, shit, I don't got time to do this today. So I do know that, but this is just extra longer than I thought. We're looking good. We're looking real good. Smize, America's Next Top Model. Now I'm going to do a little bit of blush, a little bit of highlight, and for today's blush, I'm going to use Tarte Surprise Surprise in the color Blissful. And it's just a very natural kind of color for the days that I kind of don't want it to look like I'm wearing blush exactly. And I suck in my cheeks, find my cheekbones, and just go up the cheekbone. Yes, please. I like that color. I like that. That is color right there. Hello. Ooh, gal, you looking good. Hype yourself up. Hype yourself up. Be your own hype man. And for highlight. I know this is not a traditional highlighter, but that's okay. It's what I'm using today. It's a Glossier, and it's a Halo Scope in the color Quartz. And I really like this as a highlighter for days that I'm trying to just be really natural with a highlighter, because it just looks more like my skin is really moisturized rather than like a pop of highlight. So I do a little bit on the top of my nose, on the bridge, under my eyebrow, other eyebrow, upper lip, a little bit on top of there, very top of my cheek there, I told you it looks natural, but it does not right now because it's a little bit crazy. But I'm going to go in with that special brush I was telling you about and blend it in. Oh, yes. Yes, queen. I feel like I need to fast forward this and have some like circus music going. Just a little bit. Slow motion. What's next? Brows can make or break your face. Let's get into it. So unfortunately my battery died, and while it was recharging I had to do my brows, my lashes, and my lips. Lesson learned. We'll cover that in a tutorial another time, but as for now, this is the look I was going for. This is what you're gonna get. This is all I'm gonna get, and I'm okay with it. 1,000 was looking better than when I started, you know? Although I looked great when I started. Makeup, no makeup. It's about the inner beauty. Now I'm gonna do a little photo shoot, get some Beyonce looks going. Homecoming, I don't have a Nefertiti crown, but my friend let me borrow, so thank you, Ashley. Shout out. This'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Thank you for supporting me in my makeup dreams. Queen bee. Live your fantasy, as Nikita Dragon would say. This is just for fun now. This might be on bloopers, but we'll see. Maybe I should do my hair up. She had her hair up. Ooh, yes. Queen. Ooh, Batman. Good stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. This is the look. This is the makeup. Hope you learned something. Hope you took away something. Hope you watched me be a weirdo and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching if you're still here. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for being my friend. As Brendan Urie would say, thank you for being you. Thank you for existing. Remember how dope you are. Something cute like that. He's the best. Bye!